Okay, here comes the fun. We've been waiting all day for this.
Life's always more fun with a hoop skirt.
We have several hoop skirts coming up now. We're going to start out with lot 78, the antique wire-framed hoop skirt. It has 5 tiers, ivory taffeta, machine constructed in fair condition, a little bit of oxidation, and one of the hoops is detached. You look like a lamp.
It's in style, though.
It's bright under there, though. All right, we're starting it at 20. All right, 20 now, 25. 20 to bid now, 25. 20 looking for 25, 25.
Yeah.
25 now, 30. 25 now, 30. Would have been 30, would have been 30. 25 to bid now, 30. Would have been 30, would have been 30. 30 now, 35, 35, 35, 35. 30 to bid now, 35. Would have been 35, would have been 35.
Very rare.
Yeah, we don't. This is the first time we've really had these in
These
here.
are
so.
very rare.
Yeah, these might not come up again for a long time.
Yeah.
35, bid 40, 35, 40 now, 45,
Yeah.
45 now, 50, 45, 45 looking for 50, 45 now, 50, would have been 50, would have been 50, 45 now, 50, 45 now, 50, 50, 50,
Yeah.
45 now, 50, 50 now, 60, 50 now, 60, 60, 60,
Yeah.
60 now, 70, 70, 70, 70, would have been
Yeah.
70, 60 to bid now, 70, 70 now, 80, would have been 80, would have been 80, and this one's an antique. 70's the bid, looking for 80. 70 now, 80, would have been 80,
Yeah.
would have been 80. 80 now, 90. 80 now, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90. You really do look like a lamp. 80 now, 90. 80 to bid now, 90. If you don't want to wear it as a hoop skirt, you have options.
Yeah.
I mean, Halloween's right around the corner.
Christmas story. You can make a lamp. 80's the bid, looking for 90. 90, 90, 90, would have been 90. 80's the bid, now 90. 80 now, 90, would have been 90, would have been 90, would have been 90. 80 to bid now, 90. Are you all done? 80's the bid, looking for 90, going once. 80's the bid, looking for 90, going twice. Last call. And we sold it, $80 to a bidder on Live Auctioneers.
Okay, I'll hold this one. You wanna put
$80
that
to a
down?
bidder on Live
Live Arms?
Auctioneers. I know Danny's gonna be buffed by the end of the day.
We're on
Or
79.
worn out. 79 is the
I know it was- I
antique
have it
wire-framed hoop
Okay,
skirt
no,
B.
okay.
4 tiers on this one, and the fabric is cotton. It's in good condition with some spots, and we're going to start it at
20.
All right, looking for 25. 20 to bid now, 25. 20 now, 25. 20 to bid now, 25. Would have been 25. Would have been 25. 25 now, 30. Would have been 30. Would have been 30. Would have been 30. 25 now, 30. Would have been 30. Would have been 30. 30 now, 35. 30 now, 35. 35 now, 40. 35 now, 40. Would have been 40. Would have been 40. Would have been 40. 40 now, 45. 40 now, 45. Would have been 45. 55. 40 now, 45. 45 now, 50. Would have been 50. 45 now, 50. Would have been 50. 50 now, 60. 50 to bid now, 60. Would have been 60. Would have been 60. 60 now, 70. 60 now, 70. Would have been 70. Would have been 70. Would have been 70. 60 to bid now, 70. Would have been 70. Would have been 70. 60's the bid, looking for 70. Would have been 70. Would have been 70. 60's the bid, looking for 70. Would have been 70. Would have been 70.
Yeah.
70 now, 80. 70 to bid now, 80. Would have been 80. Would have been 80. Would have been 80. Would have been 80. 70 to bid now, 80. 70 to bid now, 80. Would have been 80. Would have been 80. Would have been 80. 70's the bid, looking for 80. Are you all done? 70's the bid, looking for 80. Going once. 70's the bid, looking for 80. Going twice. Last call.
Yeah.
Just in time, 80, now 90,
Yep.
80 to bid, now 90, 80, now 90, just 10 more dollars, don't lose it. 80's a bid, looking for 90, would have been 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 90, 80, 90, would have been 90, 80's a bid, now 90, would have been 90, would have been 90, are you all done now? 80's a bid, looking for 90, going once. 80's a bid, looking for 90, going twice. Your last call. And we sold it $80 to live bidder on Live Auctioneers. $80 to a bidder on Live Auctioneers. Ooh, this is a really nice one too. All right, 80, lot 80. We have the antique wire framed hoop skirt that has 2 tiers. The fabric is white mesh. And this is in fair condition. There are some holes here in discoloration, and the metal shanks are coming through a little bit, but it has a great shape to it. And we're going to start this one at no bids at the moment. We're looking for 10, would have been 10, would have been 10, would have been 10. Somebody out there give me 10. Start me out at 10, 10, 10. Would have been 10, would have been 10, would have been 10. You could repair it. 10, 10, 10, looking for 10, would have been 10, would have been 10. There we
There you
go.
go.
10, now 15, 10, now 15, would have been 15, would have been 15. 10 a bid, now 15, 10 a bid, now 15, 10 a bid, now 15. 10 a bid, now 15, 10, now 15, 10, now 15. 10 now 15. Halloween's coming. You can do something with this. 10's a bid, looking for 15, would have been 15, would have been 15, would have been 15. And it's gonna be underneath something, so, you know, you're not gonna notice the little holes, right? 10's the bid, looking for 15. 15 we have, now 20. Would have been 20, would have been 20, would have been 20. 15 now, 20, would have been 20, would have been 20. 15 the bid, now 20, would have been 20, would have been 20, would have been 20. 15 the bid, now 20, would have been 20, would have been 20, would have been 20. Better than that, folks, 15's the bid, looking for 20. 15 now 20, would have been 20, would have been 20, would have been 20. 15's the bid, now 20, would have been 20, would have been 20. Are you all done? I have 15 looking for 20, going once. 15 looking for 20, going twice. It's your last call. And we sold it $15 to a bidder on Dana Auctions, $15 to a bidder on Dana Auctions. Up next, we have lot 81. This is lot, our antique wire framed hoop skirt number, letter D, with 4 metal tiers, and it has an elastic waist. It's in good condition, just some small holes here throughout, some discolorations. The metal shanks are coming through. This one has a tag in it. It says Hoops and Crinolines by Sin Creations. And we're going to start this one at
10.
All right, 10's the bid, looking for 15. 10 now 15, 10 now 15.
Yeah.
15 now 20. Would have been 20, would have been 20, would have been 20. 15 I have
It's a
now
nice
20.
shape, folks.
Yeah,
Really
this one has
nice
a really
shape.
pretty shape
And
to it.
so delicate.
Nice,
Yeah.
it'll be a nice silhouette.
Gorgeous.
20 now 25. 20's a bid now 25. 25 now 30. Would have been 30. Would have been 30. 25 now 30. 30
Yeah.
now 35. 30 to bid now 35. Would have been 35. Would have been 35. 35. 35. 30 to bid now 35. Would have been 35. Would have been 35. 30 to bid now
Yeah.
35. 35 now 40. Would have been 40. Would have been
Yeah.
40. 40 now 45. 45. 45. 45. 45 now 50. 45 now 50. Would have been 50. Would have been 50. 45 now 50. 45 now 50.
Yeah.
50 now 60. 50 now 60. Would have been 60. Would have been 60. 50 now 60. Would have been 60. 60. 60, 50 now 60, 50 now 60, would have been 60, would have been 60, 50 to bid now 60, 50 now 60, better than that, 50's a bid, looking for 60, 50 now 60, would have been 60, would have been 60, would have been 60, this one's got the tag in it, great shape, 50's a bid, looking for 60, 50 now 60, 50 now 60, 50 now 60, are you all done?
Moves the right way.
I know, Southern Belle.
Yep.
50's the bid, looking for 60, going once, 50's the bid, looking for 60, going twice. It's your last call. And we sold it $50 to a bidder on Live Auctioneers. $50 to a bidder on Live Auctioneers. Next lot is 82. And we have another antique wire framed hoop skirt here. White cotton, drawstring waist. It's in very good condition. Minor discolorations. The tag reads Hoops, my dear, and with a black and white Union label in there as well.
With
All
the
right,
bag.
we're going to start
We didn't
this
put it
one.
in the description, but it also comes with the bag.
Okay, yes, this has the original packaging with it, the bag that it came in, the storage bag. So this
The
is
graphics are amazing.
yes, oops, my dear.
Hoops, my dear.
There we go. We're gonna give you the microphone. All right, we're gonna start this at. All right, 15 we have, looking for 20. 15 bid, 20, 20, 20, would have been 20. 15 now, 20, would have been 20. 15 now, 20, 20, would have been 20, would have been
Yeah.
20. 20 now, 25. 20 now, 25. 20 to bid now, 25. 5, would have been 25. 20 to bid now, 25, would have been 25, would have been 25. 20 to bid now, 25.
Yeah.
25 now, 30, would have been 30. 25 now, 30, would have been 30, would have been 30. 25 now, 30, would have been 30. 25 now, 30, would have been 30. 30 now, 35. 35, 35, 35. 30 to bid now, 35. 35 now, 40. 35 now, 40, would have been 40, would have been 40. 40 now, 45. 40 now, 45. 40 now, 45. 40 now, 45. Would have been 45, would have been 45, 45. 45 now, 50, would have been 50, 50, 50. 45 now, 50, would have been 50, would have been 50, would have been 50. 45 now, 50,
Yeah.
50 now, 60. 50 to bid now, 60, would have been 60, would have been 60, would have been 60, would have been 60. 50's the bid now, 60. 50 now, 60. 50 now, 60, would have been 60, would have been 60. 50 to bid now, 60. 50 now, 60. 50 now, 60. This is our best one. Keep going. 50's the bid, looking for 60. We don't have many left. 50's the bid, looking for 60. Would have been 60, would have been 60. Are you all done? 50's the bid, looking for $60, going once. 50, looking for $60, going twice. And it's your last call. We sold it $50 to a bidder on Live Auctioneers. $50 to a bidder on Live Auctioneers. All right, lot 83. We have a antique 19th century cage crinoline. This is a really neat one. Front buckle closure. It is in poor condition due to the oxidation and discoloration in some spots. There's also wear to the canvas wrapping on the wire discolorations and the waist, but it is a really fun piece.
And we didn't notice, but it says W.T. Hopkins Manufacturer, Chestnut Street, Philadelphia.
Ooh, it is
So there's
local.
Champion Skirt. That's what it says.
Okay, it's a Philly piece.
Yeah, it says
All
30
right.
inches too. That might be the, I don't think that's the waist, because
Oh.
this looks really tiny.
All right, where
Maybe-
my PA folks at? All right, what are we starting this one at?
45.
All right, 45, looking for 50, 45 to bid now,
Yeah.
50, would have been 50, 50 now, 60, would have been 60, would have been
Yeah.
60, 60 now, 70, 60 now, 70, 70,
Yeah.
70, 70 now, 80, 70 to bid now, 80,
Yeah.
80 now, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90,
Yeah.
90 now, $100, 100, looking for 100,
Yeah.
90 now, 100, 100 now, 110, would have been 110,
Yeah.
10, 10, 110 now, 120, would have been 120,
Yeah.
120, 120, 120 I have, looking for 130, 30,
Yeah.
30, would have been 30, 130 now, 140, 130 now, 140, 130 now, 140, would have been 140, would have been 140, 130 to bid now, 140, would have been 140, 140, unique piece, made local, 130, 140, 130, 140, 140, would have been 140, would have been 140, would have been 140. Are you all done? I have 130, looking for 140, going once. 130's a bid, looking for 140, going twice.
Yeah.
Just in time, 140 now, I need 150. 140 now, 150, 150, 150, 150 now, 160,
You're not gonna
150
see
to
another one
bid, now
anytime
160,
soon.
Nope.
150 now, 160, 160,
Mhm.
160, 50 to bid, 160, 50's a bid, now 160, would have been 160, would have been 160, would have been 160, 50's a bid, 150's a bid, looking for 160, going once. 150's a bid, looking for 160,
Yeah.
just in time. I have 160, now 170, 170, 170, 170, 170,
Yeah.
170 now, 180, 180, 180, 180, 180, 170 to bid, now 180, 180, 180, 180. I have 170, looking for 180, would have been 180, would have been 180. I have
Nice.
170, looking for 180,
Really nice.
180, 180, 180, 180, 180. 170 is a bid, looking for 180. Are you all done now? 170, looking for 180, going once. 170, looking for 180, going twice. It's your last call. And we sold it $170 to a bidder on live.
Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe.